Hello students, welcome back. I am dealing with a chapter that is called as a molecular basis of inheritance, and this is session 4 where we are talking about the properties of the genetic material, that means DNA versus RNA, right? We are talking about that, and just talk about this. What are the genetic material should fulfill to make it as a genetic material? What it should have the characteristics. The first character it should, we can say, that is replication. So first of all, what is replication? That means it should be able to generate its own replica. Its own replica means it is the we can say replica xerox copy also, or same copy of its has to be performed, right? It should be able to generate its replica, that is replication, its in one form. And also second character, it should be fulfill the stability. So it should chemically and also structurally it should be very stable. So chemically and also structurally it should be very stable structurally. And third character, it is called as a mutation, where it should provide the scope for the slow changes, that is mutation, that are required for evolution. See, what is meant by mutation? A sudden inheritable changes taking place in the genetic material, we call it as an mutations, right? So it should be able to mutate, which are very important for the point of the evolution. So when the evolution is taking place, mutation is little compulsory necessary. Next, expression. It should be able to express itself in the form of the Mendelian characteristics. So Mendelian characteristics, nothing but Gregor Johann Mendel is a scientist where he has given certain characteristics of the factors. He used the word that is factor instead of the genes to express the characteristics. So whether they are fulfilling or not, well, let's talk about this. So a properties of the genetic material should have this first replication, stability, mutation and expression. Let's talk about whether the DNA is having or RNA is having all these characteristics. See, first of all, students, you people know that DNA is a deoxyribonucleic acid, where the sugar molecule in a DNA is a deoxyribose, because one of the oxygen group is less, so we call it as a deoxy. And it is having the purines and pyrimidines, that is adenine, guanine and also cytosine and also thymine. In case of the RNA, what it should have, it is having adenine, guanine and also cytosine, and instead of thymine it is having the uracil. You know this, these are the purines, right? And these are the purines and these are the pyrimidines. You people know this, right? This is the adenine and guanine are the purines, and cytosine and thymine we call it as an pyrimidines, right? So like this, they should have the 4 nitrogen bases found in this are adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine, and in case of the RNA it is adenine, guanine, cytosine and also uridine. Now let's talk about the DNA versus RNA. So DNA as well as RNA. So as you people know that DNA is a very highly stable. Why it is a highly stable? Because as it is a double stranded structure, where the two strands are mixed together, okay? That is adenine always bond with the thymine with the double bond, and cytosine always bond with the guanine with the triple bond. As the RNA is always a single stranded, where adenine is present, guanine is present, cytosine is present and also uracil is present, where there is no other bond. So the first thing is that DNA is a highly stable. The first character has been fulfilled. And also genetic material should be stable enough not to change with different stages of the life cycle, like age or with the change in the physiology or of the organism, physiology of the organism also. Stability as one of the properties of the genetic material was very evident in the Griffith experiment, as we have seen that transforming principle also itself. That is, when you are given the heat to that, so what happened here, which killed the bacteria, at least did not destroy some of the properties of the genetic material. As we seen that, once again I recall that experiment. So Frederick Griffith has the scientist which has chosen the smooth strain bacteria as well as rough strain bacteria. Rough strain bacteria did not cause any disease. Smooth strain bacteria causes the disease. But he heated this smooth strain and given that, then it was live. But when he has given heat killed smooth strain bacteria and also rough strain introduced into the mice, then what happened? Mice got died. Why? Because even though smooth strain bacteria killed, its genetic material was not killed. So this genetic material transformed the R strain bacteria, so the mice got died. So this makes us to tell that more stable is DNA genetic material. And also the two strands of the DNA being complementary, if separated by heating, again come together with appropriate conditions. If you are providing, no, again they come back together. And also the 2OH group present at every nucleotide in the RNA is a reactive. Here as you see students, this is the condition phosphate group with the pentose sugar and nitrogen bases. As you see here, uh, the carbon group whatever it is present, no, it is all the time whatever the OH is present, it is all the time they are very much functional groups are present, so they are very much reactive also. So OH group which is present in every nucleotide in RNA is reactive group and makes RNA labile and also easily degradable. It can be easily degradable because it is the only single stranded, no, and it can be easily degradable also. So RNA is also now known to be the catalytic, hence it is a reactive. And next point is presence of thymine, that is 5-methyl uracil at the place of uracil, also confirms the additional stability to the DNA. Okay, now RNA being unstable mutates at a faster rate, it mutates faster rate. Consequently, viruses having RNA genome can directly code for the synthesis of the protein, hence can easily express the character. Therefore, by this confirmation we confirmed that DNA chemically less reactive and structurally more stable and when compared to the RNA. Therefore, among the two nucleic acids, the DNA is a better genetic material. So students, I hope you understood. By this we confirmed that DNA is a more stable, even though some scientists argue that it was the first genetic material RNA has been evolved, so that we call it as an RNA world. So here we call it as an RNA world because there is a little doubt about the confirmation whether the DNA is a genetic material or RNA is a genetic material. That early life was the RNA as it is having it is a centric and also with every important functions being controlled by it. Okay, and the first genetic material was RNA itself. This is very important point of the NEET point, that is the first genetic material is considered as an RNA. And metabolism and also splicing. Metabolism means that is total sum total of all the chemical reactions taking. Splicing means removing the introns etc, and also translation process, that is we call it as an protein synthesis of RNA evolved from the RNA only. So these are all are taken place from the RNA itself only. So the first biocatalyst were RNAs only. Even now some enzymes are made up of RNAs. Example, like we call it as a ribozyme. And also some of the RNAs worked well in early unstable environmental conditions. As the environment became stable and also RNAs were replaced in two of its functions. So the first function by the small chemical modifications has been taken place by the RNA gave to the RNA itself, it is gave to the DNA. Small chemical modifications has been taken place here as a genetic material. DNA is a being double stranded with the complementary strand is not only more stable but also resist changes as it has evolved a process of the repair also. This is the first point. And second point is that for biocatalyst, RNA was replaced. RNA was replaced by the protein enzymes. It is replaced by the protein enzymes. So the latter were more stable, more efficient, and also more varied. So this increased metabolic activity and proved the way for the evolution of the more complex organisms. So by this we confirm that DNA is evolved from the RNA itself with a little modifications. So RNA is a single stranded structure, and now the DNA has made it as a double stranded structures of the genetic material. See students, one simple I'll tell you. See, generally when we consider the root, what is the function of the root? Root has to absorb the water and also minerals from the soil and has to give to the other parts of the plant. This is the soil, right? So when you consider, and these are the roots. Now what happens if root modified means it becomes the, some of them has become the potatoes, right? And some of them has becoming the like storing the food materials. And some other examples when you take, some of them have become the carrots, right? Like this. So what they are, this is a root modification and this is a stem modification. So roots are not only absorbing the water, and at the same time they are also modifying to store the food also. So this is modification we call it. So RNA basically acting as a genetic material and it is having a single standard structure. But when it modifies, what happened? It has become the DNA structure. So this is what Frederick Griffith experiment, transforming principle experiment, IRC and Chase experiment have proven that RNA is a genetic material for some of them, but more stronger is the DNA. So because of that reason, we confirm that DNA is the genetic material. Thank you for watching this video, students. I hope you understood. Please subscribe my channel. Thank you.